My name is Geoff Wan. I have been practicing for 17 years, and I am also indeed a practice owner. I had already done a continuum of courses, and I felt that my ortho skills was getting a little bit stale. Ortho became a bit of a bore for me, and I really wanted to reignite some interest and passion, and also to increase our ortho offerings at our business. So that's why I chose to get back on the horse with the training. Yes, I've actually done a few, and they were great because I thought I learned a lot. And then learning is one thing, executing is another. And once you execute, you realize you don't know everything, and there are certain things, certain mistakes or certain problems would pop up with, even though you had good intentions. So that got me scratching my head, wondering, is there a better way? Is there another way to do this that can be more predictable and cause me less headaches? I chose it because it was led by Geoff Hall. I've known Geoff for, beforehand, and after having done the introductory course, which filled in quite a significant number of gaps in my knowledge, it was very straightforward. It's no nonsense, and what I liked about it is that Geoff wasn't exactly, being a proponent or a supporter of a certain brand of brackets or company. He was quite non-agnostic. He's more about the principles, which is what I really liked about it. At least 100. But just bear in mind, I started the course 3 years ago. I'm a bit of a slow learner. If you are considering any sort of orthodontic training, whether you're a beginner or you've done some ortho in the past, I think it's really, I think it's a great course. I think it goes back to basics, it goes back to fundamentals, and you're thinking more like a diagnostician rather than trying to follow a certain recipe. And once you go back to basics, for me, it became a lot more clear on how to diagnose cases better, and to know, have multiple pathways of getting to the destination, and also knowing, which cases to choose and which ones to refer off, because it gets to a point where it's like, oh, this is taking way too long. I'd rather not be doing this. So my life is a little bit easier now because I know what to do. I know what not to do. I really like him. I think he's great. He's got a sixth sense of humor, which ticks my boxes, and like me, I repeat myself constantly, and that's how I learn best. So it's not like they just pick one thing and speed right through it. He's repeating himself a lot, which suits my learning style brilliantly. Oh my gosh, Geoff and Robin, they're omnipresent. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're always in your face, and they're never too far from reach. So if you ever need help with coordinating whereabouts, this and that, and they're quite approachable, easily reachable. Also, for post-course resources, it is an extra service, and I would highly recommend it, especially if you don't have much ortho support within your practice. I think they're an excellent, valuable resource to have, once you've completed the course and you start tackling your own cases. It not just won't, it already has, it demonstrably has. Our ortho revenues rose up by more than I was already doing quite a bit of ortho to begin with. I wasn't complaining, but to see a 50% rise after the first year, and that equates to at least $100,000 of revenue added from the first year onwards. I thought that was I don't know who would complain about that. The knowledge gap, the lack of mentorship, the lack of anyone being accountable. Once you're on that ortho journey, sometimes things go to plan and sometimes they don't. And when they don't go to plan, dentists generally, they don't like having that feeling of being lost or not knowing what to do. They like that level of certainty. So what OrthoED does is that it gives us that foundational knowledge that allows us to have that certainty when we are diagnosing and actually executing through with the treatment. No, not being familiar with other ortho courses in the past, I knew that it'd be a commitment of time, multiple trips, that thing. The fact that it's held at some really, really nice hotels in Melbourne and in Brisbane, it actually gave me something to really look forward to. If anything, no, not at all. Like this is what you're getting. If you're signing up to one of these things, expect to go for a few field trips, and I think it's something to look forward to.